So we're going to make some cards today. I'm going to show you how to make some super easy cards. You know, a lot of times we think that we have to have so many different things for cards, right? We have to have all the goodies, all the everything, but that's not really necessarily true. You can have a very limited amount of, of stuff. You don't have to have a giant stash. Some of us have a giant stash, but you don't have to. And I want to show you an easy way to kind of let the paper do the work for you today. I've shown this before, but don't you think that any good idea deserves to be revisited again? What do you think? Who agrees with that? Give me some hearts if you think good ideas should be shown more than just once. So we got April here and Liz and Lisa's Craft House. Lisa at Lisa's Craft House is going to come up right after me. Hey, Ray, how are you doing? My goodness. So we got some people popping in here, but we're not going to, I'm not going to wait. I don't like waiting, and saying, oh yeah, I'm waiting for all the people to show up. Nobody wants to do that, right? Now, let's just go ahead. I'm going to put you down here to the desktop, and I want to talk about how to make your paper do some of the work for you, okay? Now, this is not as intricate of paper as I have shown you before, but it's still going to work, right? Oops, let me fix that a little bit. That is kind of messed up. Hang on one second. What in the world? Well. What in the world is going on here? It's saying one thing and it's showing something else. Why is it doing that? Okay, just give me 1 second. Well, and I can't find it. There we go. There we go. I got it. I want to just put this in a little different view there. Try to get as much in there as possible. Okay, I got it. Woo! Every day is a new day, right? Hey, Molly, how are you doing? Diane's here. You just heard the end of the question. Yes, I said, I don't you think that any good ideas deserve to be repeated? Hi, Jackie. I think so. So you guys, I never mind if anybody comes in as their page. And, all of you that are watching, if you see somebody that you're not familiar with and it has a little follow button, go check them out. You might find your new favorite presenter, right? Your new favorite crafter. Okay, so let's get on with it here. All right. Yes, isn't this pretty? This is I don't even know what this, I think it is it's not Crafter's Companion. Knitwit, I think, is the brand, which I've never had very much of this. I did have some of this before, and it was it's like a kind of a little cottage print was the whole thing that it was. Afternoon from Soon and Still Cool. Hi, Nancy. How are you? So this is what I'm talking about. This paper, we are going to just cut. We're just going to chop it up. And we're going to cut, when you have a design, if you cut it into, if you have a 12 by 12 and you cut it into 4-inch strips, you can get some great cards. And then you just have to decide which way do you want your 4-inch strips to go. Do you want to cut them this way or do you want to cut them this way? And it just depends on what the print is and what you want to do. Like if I do this, I can get a couple of cards that have a pretty nice amount of this pretty floral print. So, I think I will just go ahead and cut it that way. So I'm just going to do 4 inches, and I can get 3 of them because my paper is 12 by 12. Oh, shoot. I hope this cut's decent. I was thinking yesterday I needed to replace that blade. Whew. Oh, Diane, you're so sweet. Okay, so there we go. So 4 inches, all of our strips. That one's not 4 inches. It's almost 4 inches. Oh my word. You guys, you know me. Holy cow. It's not far off. So, you know what? What did I do? No, that one is 4 inches. Wait a second. I wonder if that paper really wasn't 12 by 12. You know, that could be. Who knows? Let me check this one. You guys, that paper was not really a 12 by 12. How about that? So now you want to look at these and decide what you're going to do. So here's what you need to think about. What are you going to use for a base? Are you going to use the regular little card bases that, you know, that we have come to do so many of? And if you do those, they are like a half sheet. Well, here, let me get two. They're like a half sheet of 8.5 by 11, right? So you've got those like that. And so then, you know, it's just half a sheet like that. Hey, Tanya. Hi, Susan. Totally Together Crafting by Brenda. Happy Thursday. Oh, did Brenda pop on here? I missed her. Hey, Grace, how are you? Oh, yeah, there's Brenda. Okay, you guys, thanks for popping on, everybody. So here's what you can do. You can put these on here. You can just cut it to where you're using your card base for a little bit of an outline if you want to. And then you would just cut this down. So what you need for a size for the paper, if that's all you're going to do, is you would cut it by 4 by 5 1/4, because this is 5 1/2. If you cut your paper a 1/4 inch smaller then on 2 sides, then you'll have a great little border around the edge, right? So it makes it easy. We all love easy, right? But I have some of these other papers that I thought it would be fun too, if we didn't want to just do white. I got some of these out, and they were supposed to coordinate with this. So, but let's still talk about cutting these up first. So this one, if we're going to do 5 1/4, we're just going to cut it right here. So we got that one, and then we've got enough for one more. And you can see this one isn't too fancy, but you know, we got stuff to fancy it up. We don't need to worry about that. Sometimes little, and you know, you can always save your little scraps because you never know when they might come in handy. You might use it for a little bit of an embellishment. Now this piece, look, we don't have much on this one. So let's go ahead and do the 5 1/4. Actually, no, it was the last one that's skinny. Let's leave that one. So we can do this one at 5 1/4. We have that, just that hint of a leaf there, and that's okay because I've got another piece and I thought it would be fun to kind of fussy cut. And so depending on your design and what you've got left, look and see if there's a part that you want to leave or you want to totally cut off. I'm just going to leave that because I've got some more green and some more floral paper that I want to cut up and use. So we'll make that work. Now because this is a little bit short, let's make it smaller on purpose. So if we were going to do 4 inches, if I cut it at 3 3/4, let's just cut another little bit off of here, and that way we'll actually be able to mat it real pretty. Okay, so we'll just do that. And so instead of 5 1/4, I'm going to cut it at 5 inches. So just trim it off at the 5 inches. And now I have to remember that that one is going to need a little mat all on its own. And I can still leave a little bit of, and I'll show you what I mean. See, now we have enough that we can put a mat under here and be able to still have a real pretty card on that way. And so I think it'd be pretty if we just did it this way. So let's just cut a piece here. So now this one we're going to cut at the 4. Let's see, 4 by, no. Oh, goodness gracious. I don't want to cut it too short. Oh my goodness. I don't know how. I'm talented. I can pick those rulers up every time like that. So yeah, so this one needs to be 4 by 5 1/4. So 4 by 5 1/4 on this to make a pretty little mat. By 5 1/4. You know what? That might not have been the best way to cut that. Sometimes you gotta think about how your paper is and cut it. How you're gonna cut it to get the most bang for your buck on there, right? So now we can have this. It can have a little bit of a white outside edge and then this on the inside. I don't know though. I almost blue would have been kind of pretty for that one too. You know what? We're just gonna go with it. Let's glue this down and get it on there. Hi Grace, how are you? Let me see who else popped in. Hey Wendy. Hey Kathy. Yeah, isn't this pretty? Hey Deborah. So yes, thanks to our hostesses for creating Sacred Treasure House, and that's Deborah from Sacred Sew, Tanya from Timeless Treasures by Tanya, and then Lisa with Lisa's Craft House. And so all those ladies have just been such a great part of our community, the crafting community, by offering events. And I tell you what, it's not, hosting an event is not just a piece of cake, I can tell you. Now, we can either put it this way. That's kind of cute like that if we did it down. I think I'll do that. Or you could put it this way and have it running up the side like that. I probably have a couple of pieces of this, so I probably will do one both directions. So let's just put this one on this way. And we're just going to simply glue it down. And then for things that you might want to add for embellishments, you can add little bits of ribbon. You can do some little bling, either some little rhinestones. If you've got like some Nuvo drops or anything like that to add, that's always fun. So now look at that. Look what a pretty little card we've got going right there. Now, so if you're thinking, well, what in the world would you do with that? I mean, what else could you do to kind of bling it up? Well, let me show you. I'm so glad you asked. Kathy says, thanks for the recipe. Yeah, I tell you, you ladies were really, some of you really had some fun in there, didn't you, on cooking it up the other day. So, you know, sometimes you can just do something simple. I'm just going to put a little bit of this stickle, this gold stickles. It's just like contained glitter. It's in the glue. You don't have to worry about it getting away, right? So that's kind of fun. And look, you know, you don't even really have to put a lot. And you know what? Not all greeting cards have to have something on them. You do not have to put a sentiment on them. You just don't. I mean, think of how many times that you can buy a greeting card that it's just a greeting card. It just has a pretty front on it, right? How many of you have seen boxes full of those? It's just got a pretty scene and, you know, that's it. Hey, Rhonda, how are you? Christine, we're just making some simple cards. Thanks, Cindy. Oh, that's true. Susan, it would make a pretty little card for Mother's Day, right? And then you could put some ribbon on it. You could do whatever you wanted to. Maybe you run a piece of ribbon across here. Let's do that on the next one like that, because I should have thought of that first to be able to do that. But here, let's talk about something else that we could do. Let's say, where's that other card back I already got out? Let's go ahead and start another one, and this time let's just use this that has mostly the polka dots. See, we've just mostly got polka dots, right? Just a tiny bit of green. And let's use I forgot to get out some ribbon. I don't know, we got some different kinds of ribbon here. Look at this. If we wanted to put a little dab of ribbon across here, we would want to put that on first. And I'm going to use some Fabri-Tac glue because it is a lot easier to quickly get some, you know, a ribbon down. It will stick quicker. And so I'm just going to put a tiny bit. How nice that this has like these polka dots. I can kind of use them to for my line, right? And I don't want to put a whole bunch. It'll stick pretty quick. So I'm just going to lay that on there like that. I need to run it off of both sides so I can tuck it behind. So let's snip it off. Oh my goodness, Martha, I know Nuvo drops are so much fun to use. They just can add some texture and really just give a little interest and a little bit of shine. Hey, Risa, how are you? Yes, aren't they easy to use, Diane? So true. Okay, so now we just have that on there. Now, let me show you a little trick on how to make a faux bow. Okay? For those of you who do not enjoy trying to tie a bow, let me show you this. I don't really know how much I need. That's going to be plenty. Take this. I should have put this on here before I need to lift it up before it dries. Oh my goodness. You know, I didn't really even need to stick all that down. It wouldn't have gone anywhere if I would have just glued it to the back around the edge. Uh-oh. You guys know me. I'm always having to backtrack doing something, right? Oh my word. Come on, come on, come on. Get on in there. Get on in there, little doggy. What in the world? Okay, goodness sakes. Now all you have to do is take this and then just tie it. Just tie it like that. And snip it off. And you have, you know, you've got a little bow element, but you don't have to fight with really making a bow, right? How easy is that? Now then, this paper here had some really pretty, and who loves polka dots? Oh my goodness, I could just leave it like this. I love polka dots. I just love, love, love them. But let's see about, oh my goodness, you know what? I am going to cut out these tiny little pink flowers right here. It's 3 of them. You know, we like to do things in odd numbers. Our eyes just like that. Why? I don't know. It just seems more, I don't know why. I don't have an answer for that. I just know it's true. It's just more pleasing somehow to our brains. I don't know though. I bet you my husband would argue that because it's not even. I'm telling you, people, I think he's got a touch of OCD, or maybe more than a touch. Who likes, tell me, if you're going to put something on, would you rather, and you know, maybe that's just me, would you rather have an even number or an odd number? Let me know in the comments, even or odd. Let's see. Let me see what you all say. I'm just going to do these 3 tiny little flowers. Look how cute they're. And just one more. You know, there's a cute little, we could go in and do a couple of little white ones too. That would even jazz it up even more. And give us 5. We'd still have 5. April says odd for card making. So April's in the camp of odd for putting our embellishments on, or, you know, doing whatever. Who else? Yes. Susan says she likes things balanced, but for that she likes odd numbers. But you know, now here's the thing. If we start in and we put like white ones, and we add a white one or two, okay, so here, let me ask you this. What do you think? Would you rather put 1 white one, because 2 white ones makes 5. 1 white one makes 4 flowers, but it's only, you know, 1 of one color and 3 of the other. What are your thoughts about that? One white one or more than 1? See, now it gets tricky. I think 1. I'm just going to do 1 because I don't want to sit here and do all of these. But see, you can, you know, I don't have to have a die cut machine. I have die cut machines, but look at that. And we can just put those on. Now, it would be good if we could kind of pop them up a tiny bit. And I don't know where my teeny tiny foam dots are. I got them out to use the other day, and then the next thing I knew, they were gone. Because that's me. Alright. Oh my goodness. Let's see if we can do teeny tiny pieces. This will be tricky. Super tricky. So there's 1. Let's flip this one over. Got that one there. You guys, I didn't know if I was gonna make it in time. I had jumped in the shower. So I've got this heart monitor that I'm supposed to wear for 30 days. And the first time I wore it for 5 days, and it started making blisters on me. And I called him and I said, I told you guys I have problems with some kinds of adhesive. And so she goes, well, you know, so she had me tell her something about the way the strip looked. And she goes, no, she goes, that's a sensitive one. So she goes, we'll have to send you out the pediatric ones because they're the most sensitive. So she goes, and you know, supposedly you can shower with these things and everything. So I jump in the shower, and all of a sudden, by the time I get out of the shower, they're like coming off. And I'm like, okay, well, they don't super stick good, but I knew that they weren't bugging me because they were not all itchy. So I'm like thinking, well, at least that's better, right? So I'm like having to put these things on. I'm thankful that that was the second time that I had put these on, because I was able to put the new ones on real quick. I'm like, I don't have time for this. I gotta go live in a minute. I'm in there watching Michelle while she's on. You know, we're super multitaskers, right? Nimble little fingers you have. Oh, Molly, I feel kind of like an oaf. But thank you. Now, I don't know. Maybe we'll just kind of drop them down over here a little bit, and then just kind of, and they don't have, I mean, these are super tiny for a little bit of decoration, you guys. I mean, they're not, I don't know. Now I don't know about the white one. I don't really like that one. Now I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't have to like it, right? So we got those down there, and now let's put a little bit of our sparkle on, just a tiny bit, and then let's grab some of that other. Let's grab some of our pink Nuvo And I mean, oh my goodness, is this like not a sweet little card? And I mean, we can just put a little bit around. It just, and sometimes I just like to kind of swirl it around. Or you can kind of make it look like little petals. The one thing I really like about the Nuvo is that the tip seems to be smaller than some of the other kinds of brands, and it makes it super easy to work with. Now this green part up here seems a little off up there, but we could do something. You know what? Let's put it on, I tell you what, maybe if we put it on a green background, that won't seem so whatever. Or we could, you know, put some more green down there. I don't know, it's not bad. If we put that there. I didn't grab any pink out, but let's see. We could just pop it on there like that. If I was going to pop it on like that, I might want to. I don't have any pink handy, I don't think. Pink ink. Oh, I do. Let me see if it's a color that'll work, though. It doesn't. I don't know if that'll work. Well, it might could work. Hang on a sec. Let me grab an ink tool and rub it off a little bit. Let me get some of the last color out. I don't have a paper towel, or I'd do it on a paper towel. Okay. Let's just try it. Oh, it's super bright. Super bright. But it just adds a little bit of something. Oh, I can just kind of do it very lightly. And don't be afraid, because it'll work on the ribbon too. Look, it just gives it a tiny touch of something something, right? And isn't that always the way that, you know, our projects come out the best, is when we just give them a little something something. Yes. Yes, that's exactly right. You know, yeah, Brenda, I'm not. That's the weird part. I have no idea what kind it is, but no, I don't have a latex allergy. I don't know what it is in some of the adhesives. Isn't that weird? I don't know. Okay, and then we're just gonna plop it on here and we'll have another little card done. Just a sweet little card. And then once you write inside your card, it doesn't matter. It could be for a birthday. It could be whatever you want it to be. It's just a sweet little simple card. And that's all you need. You know, there you go. So now we've got a couple here. And you could put on, now this one is drying over here. You know, and you could put whatever you want to. We could put on some little pearls across here. That would be pretty, since we've got, let's see what we've got here. We could put some little pearls right here. Let's do it. I think I'll put some big ones. So, maybe, oh, I don't know. Now I don't know. Now I don't know if I want to put them right there or kind of string them across. So many options, you guys. So many options. Well, those don't look as... Oh, that's not even the one I wanted. I'm like, why does that look so yellow? It's because that's the one I used. My goodness. Look, we can add a little bling. You can just put however many you want on there. I need more. I need more. Oh, I know. Let's do small ones now. We'll put some small ones on. So there we've got 5. I need more. Let's pull it this way. Kind of pull it across the card. Oh my goodness. So, you know, look at that. Then you've added something kind of fun. I love adding things like that. We could have added something else. Okay, so there we've got 2 of them. 2 quick cards. And let's cut out some more of this. This was what my plan was, to kind of work from this sheet, because I thought this could be so pretty. Oops, let's see which thing we're going to use now. This would be kind of pretty. You know, hey, I tell you what. Let's kind of cut out a big chunk of this. Let's do it. So, what else have you guys got going on today? We've got a great event. Be sure, if you want to go back and check out our other presenters who've already been on today. So before me, we had let's see, we had, I think, 2 people before me. Let me check. What in the world? I can't get it to move. There we go. Yes, we had Crafts by Julie, and then we had the Craft and Coop with Risa, and then we had Michelle with Pretty Pieces by Michelle, and now I'm up, and then we've got Lisa's Craft House, and then Tanya's Timeless Treasures is going to be up after her. Oh my goodness. I'm going to get it, you guys. I'm going to do it. I know I can. I can do it. I can do it. Now, I would love to get this little piece here. But I got to get it out of this big chunk of paper. I can't do that. Whew! That was hard. Hey, Ralph, how are you? Hey, Teresa. Hey, Terry and Bobby. Hey, you guys. I didn't see you pop in. So, yeah, I mean, all you got to do is just, you know, just spend a little time. Now, some of these, when you fussy cut, don't feel like you have to go around every little thing. Now, a lot of times people will go more around, they'll leave a little bit of a border, and you know what? It works fine, because, you know, people use stickers all the time, and you know, that's the way stickers are. Stickers have a little bit of a border. So don't worry about that. If that's the way that you can make it work, do it. Now, this part's going to be fine because it's going to pull back in, and I'm going to leave that other part there. So it's got a nice piece of something to attach to. Now, I'm not going to do those, and then I'm just going to leave this. Now, let's see how that comes across. We can put this over here clear at the edge. So we could put it like this. We could put it this way to where it comes across there. I don't really like it like that. I can't see as much of that. I think I'm going to put it right across here. Now, if we wanted to, we could put a little bit of ribbon up and down right here. Let's see, what about that little ribbon we just used? Oh, that's kind of pretty. Let's do that. And this time I'm not gonna do what I did before. I'm just gonna snip this. Just gonna leave a little bit. Go ahead and snip it, and I'm just gonna wrap it around. Oh, thanks, Julie. Hey, Michelle. Thank you. Oh, I forgot. I was in the middle here. So after Tanya, then we've got Grace with Grace Faithful Creations, aka the Pouncy Bling Queen. So she'll be on after that. And then we've got the Crafty Collie, and then Wrecking It with Ralph Crafting, and then Quality Crafts by Kathy. We got a lot of people on today, you guys. And then to bring it home, we got T's Crafts and Creations. So we got a bunch today. So I'm just going to put this over. I'm going to let this little paper piece do its job so we can enjoy seeing it. Well, if I thought about putting that on the back, I'd have just used my regular glue. Hey, Deborah, how are you? Look at all my friends popping on here today. Okay. Okay. Now I feel like I need a little bit of a bow on there, right? Let's do another one of those little faux bows. Don't you love a faux bow? A faux bow. Okay, and then after I do this, I'm going to glue some of that down. That's too wild for me there. Oh, I don't like that. I need for that to flip over here. Come on, you guys. Oop, I got a sticky thing on me. Come on. There we go. Or you could, you can tie it so it'll be kind of a cross. Let's put a dab of glue and make it lay down. There we go. Make it behave. And then we'll just put this over here in the corner. Yes, Michelle, I'm sorry you're not feeling well today. She was supposed to be one of our presenters and wasn't feeling well. Shelly by the Shore Crafting, I think, is her page. Tell you, we have such a great crafting community. When she said she couldn't, be with us, we had lots of people popping in and, offering to help to fill the time. So we just have such a great bunch of crafters in the community, right? If you agree with that, put up some hearts, you guys. You know it's true. Okay, so we've got that there. And so again, all you have to do is just add some fun stuff to, just zhuzh it up a little bit. So I've got, this is kind of a different, this one was called Fairy Wings. It's got a little bit more, I love these because they're iridescent too. So, you can just give them a little bit of, like you're doing some stuff inside the petals. And you don't have to be super precise. It's just pretty because it adds some other dimension and some highlights to it. So these have, and sometimes your design will kind of give you a little bit of an idea of where it would look good to be on there. Like this rose has some lighter places already, so that makes it pretty. So you can just do that. And my green, I don't know, my green is probably kind of an odd green for this, but hey, let's try it anyway, right? We won't know until we try it out. See, what time is it? Oh my goodness, we got plenty of time. Let's just add a tiny bit of this. They'll just give it a little bit of shine and, oops, what's going on there? Come on, come on. There we go. I need to go there. I tell you, I always say, do a little bit of it on something else before you get started so you don't end up with a big blob or, you know, some other crazy thing going on. Who knows? There's no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing. Evidently. Or you can use them to make your stems. We'll do a little bit of veining in this leaf. It didn't have any, so we'll make our own. That's just a big blob of mess. I think I'm going to go ahead and run this all the way around here for the stem. And for these that don't have anything, let's see. Oh, I do have one that's kind of a, oh, I do have a couple of other colors that would work. Let's do, this one is called Cloud. So let's put some on here. We'll just wiggle it around. And, you know, if you just, you know, things that are in nature, they have kind of an organic look to them, right? They're not super straight. And so this makes it really easy to, you don't have to feel like everything you do. Oh, that looks pretty on there. We'll just put some in here. And then I think, oh, I love that. Okay, now then, let's go ahead and let's add some more gold. Just a tiny bit. It doesn't take much to really, you know, bring something to life, right? Okay. Let's see how that looks. So you can see, and then when it dries, it's got this glossiness to it. So it looks super pretty like that. And I think I'm going to put this on the blue. Let's do some blue backing. Oh my goodness, and I didn't cut this one down, did I? Shoot. Let's see, how big do I have it? You guys, I got a big mess going on. None of you ever have a mess at your craft table, do you? Nobody. I'm the only one. I just know it. Well, what did you guys, I know I had that ruler out here a minute ago. I was laughing about always picking it up upside down. Well, I don't know what to say about that. Let's get another card back and continue on. And that's an envelope, not a card back. All right. Let me see if I hardly have any room. That's just, that would just have the white. If we want to put it on the blue, I like it on the blue. Let's just go ahead and cut that. So this would be the 5 1/4. Nope. That needs to be 5 1/2. And 4 1/4. You guys, can you believe, even with, you know, making something so simple? Well, that looks like periwinkle up there in my monitor. You always have a mess, I know. This is a lot more blue than it looks in my monitor. I don't know what it looks like for you guys. Isn't it interesting how different things look depending on what you're viewing them on? So I'm going to, and this is a pretty cardstock. It's got kind of a pearlescent look to it. So it's super pretty. Okay, so now I'm just gonna get this down. I'm just gonna slide it into place. I really didn't want that white showing, but okay, there we go. And then I'll just put this one on. It really doesn't look bad even if you know, wrote in there the other way. But I like it this way to the side. So let's just glue that down. It looks like lilac. Yeah, it does look like that, but it's more of a, it has more of a blue tone. I know, I just looked up there in my monitor and I'm like, oh, it doesn't even look like that. All right. Squiggle that on. Now, I do want to make sure I know which way to put it on the card back. And this was the cardstock that went with this set, and yet I don't really think that it looked, I'm trying to press it down and I realize I've got wet stuff all over. So that was not good planning. But yeah, this leans a little bit more to the green, and you can see that, I think, in that. So I don't know, that's kind of weird. These colors here look more like the back, but just know in person it looks okay. How about that? Okay, we still have a little bit more time. So I've shown you, you know, some ways to, this would still be pretty. This actually has room. You could put a sentiment on, you know, a strip of paper, which I'll probably, you know, later find something, because that one just needs something, doesn't it? And this is very plain, but, you know, pretty. But like I said, they don't all have to, you know, it's just fun to sit down and do something a little bit creative, right? Don't you sometimes just want an easy project? Yeah, periwinkle. Deborah, I love periwinkle. Did you guys know that periwinkle is one of the few colors that looks good on everybody? No matter what your skin tone is, periwinkle looks good on everybody. And I can't remember what some of the other colors are, but I do know that one. Okay, let's see. We got another couple here. Let's just go ahead and pop them onto something real quick. This one, now we made the one that had that, we made it to where it was laying down across. Let's make this one to just stand up. So that'll be easy. I wonder if I have some cream colored ribbon or white. I know I've got white. Let me look. Or actually, ooh, this would be kind of pretty. Look at this one. This would be kind of pretty to use with the blue backing. Look at that. It just adds a little bit of interest on there. It's nice when you've got something to add a little bit of something, right? So let's cut this one. I got wet stuff laying around here. I gotta be careful. I don't want the wet stuff getting into everything. Thanks, you guys. So then this one needs to be 4 1/4. Or no. No. This one was 5 1/2. Whoo! Oh, I probably already have the other one cut. I did. I had the other one cut. I still don't see my ruler over here. That's so crazy. Just craziness. So if we wanted to put this one, let's see, the other one, this one goes down. We could do this one up to the side. That'd be pretty. And use a little bit of that blue ribbon. Let's just put that on. I almost want to poke holes in this and thread it through. Let me see. Let me think if I could do that successfully. It would be hard. It would be coming in and out the wrong places, but that would be fun. I might try to do that another time. Do you ever like dream up something and then you think, oh, that's going to be a lot of work, so I'll wait till another time to do that. I'm always doing that. Yeah, I love that blue, even though it's a little bit off for some of that. It's still pretty. And then maybe on here, maybe we'll just tie a little bow. So sometimes I just do it like this. Some people take them and they do the 2 loops. But I'll do that while it's still attached to the spool. Then I know how much I need or don't need. So let's go ahead and put a little bit of glue on here. Not sure exactly where it needs to go. You know, I'm gonna put the other thing on the top, so I'm just gonna run that down there. So yeah, so coming up after me is going to be Lisa from Lisa's Craft House. We'll have to see what she's got going on. Okay. Oh, look, I was way off. I was way off. If you're not looking at something on one side, you have no idea, right? Oh my goodness. That doesn't want to stay. Get down there. All right. But anyway, I just wanted you guys to see, you know, you don't have to have tons of money to just enjoy sitting and making some cards. You've got some pretty paper, a little bit of time, grab out your scissors, and just have fun. Just enjoy making it. Okay. Let's put this on here. All right. How many of you already enjoy making cards? Or how many of you have just always felt it was just going to take up too much time and you didn't have the things you needed? Oh, that reminds me. In my my Artful Adventures Clubhouse, we're going to have a mystery card night next Monday, and I've got to get the supply list out. So if you're not over there in my group, it's a free group, come on by. And we're going to have mystery card night on Monday. So I'll be telling what we need. And then, and I don't even know where to put that. It's so large. Well, there it is. I don't know. You want to learn, Michelle? Well, there you go. Ramona says she makes cards all the time. Oh, she's a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Excellent. I love Stampin' Up! Products. There's a lot of us on here. Wendy says she made a few cards during Valentine's Day, but she didn't know what she was doing, and it's fun learning how to properly make them. Oh, I tell you, there's so many people that make cards and can show you. So yeah, and you know, sometimes it's like one of those crafts that sometimes it's not necessarily, you know, the right way and the wrong way. It's just a way, you know, for you to do it. You just sit down and do it, right? Let me see. Let me put myself back up here and we'll just visit for a second here at the end. I love hanging out with you. I so appreciate all of you popping in today. Let's see. What else? Diane says she's always made cards and she sells them at their community craft fair each year. That's cool. I have another friend that does that too. Yes, all the bling and stuff, that's always the fun stuff, right? Sarah says she's been making cards for years. She has a large family and makes them all birthday cards and Christmas and other times too. Good for you, yeah. And it's a lot of fun. And I tell you, you can spend a lot of money on it. I'm not going to lie about that. I've got a whole craft room that is for, you know, that started out with scrapbooking and card making and all the stuff, but you know, I like to remind people who are we have so many people who are new to paper crafting, and I just like to remind you that you should just start. You don't have to have all the stuff to just start. And you know, a ruler, some scissors, you don't even have to have a paper trimmer. It makes it so much easier. I would highly recommend that one of the first things that you know, afford for yourself would be a nice paper trimmer. And some of them even have, you know, a scoring tool in it. So that makes it handy too. But you know, a ruler, a pencil to mark stuff, and you know, some scissors and some pretty paper, it'll take you a long way in doing some, you know, crafting. Yeah, Ray says she is an old hat at paper crafting of all sorts. Yes. Martha says she made cards 15 years ago and she stopped and then went back after picking up journaling and seeing the price of cards. I know. My granddaughter stopped in the store to buy a card for her friend's mother. I'm just like, she paid $6 for it. And I go, why did you do that? I have got a zillion cards already made. I said, I don't know. And she said the card was the talk of the, you know, around the family for gifts and things at the friend's house. I'm like, yeah, because none of them were going to spend $6 on a card. And you can spend way more on that, right? Although, you know, we laugh about that. Sometimes I might pull out all the stuff I have and who knows what that would end up being. Oh, yes, Sarah, they cost less. Some thrift stores sell craft supplies. Oh, yeah. Oh, listen, there's always people who want to dispose of their supplies. Always. So, you know, look around. Sometimes on Marketplace, you'll find things. Yeah, keep your eyes open. We have a lot of estate sales here, and I tell you, a lot of times it's amazing. We have gone to several estate sales where you could tell the woman was an avid crafter, and some of the stuff that she might have had that they're trying to sell, it's crazy. Sarah, you're so right. You can personalize the cards. That's right. If you know what kind of colors people like or flowers or whatever, you certainly can. Use old cards. Yes. You can upcycle some cards. You can use, like, cut off the card fronts and repurpose them. Add something else. You can, you know, bling them up if you want to. That's a great idea, Martha. Yes. And for people who are really, you know, on a budget, that is a great way to do it. I highly recommend that too. Who else have some wonderful ideas to share? This is great. I love just, you know, chatting and crafting, and everybody has such great ideas to share. Don't ever think that, you know, your ideas aren't important, because you might have an idea that somebody hadn't thought of before, right? So we love sharing ideas around with our crafting family. So you guys, in just a minute, we're going to go over and see what Lisa's got going on at Lisa's Craft House for May Day. Oh, I wanted to ask you, how many of you ever, did the thing on May Day where you took a little basket of flowers or something and took it to a neighbor's and left it and let them, find the surprise? That's a fun May Day activity. I don't think people do that very much anymore, but I know when I was growing up, it was kind of a fun thing. Oh, Wendy, you must have better luck with AI for words than I do. I tell you, it can't spell worth a hoot most of the times when I ever try to get something, a graphic, and have it want to have words on it. Oh my goodness. It will spell the most ridiculous things. So hopefully that will get better for people that want to do that. You guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you've enjoyed this and got some, easy ideas, or it made you think different about, if you wanted to make some cards. So it's my turn to be off now, and let's go over and let's see what Lisa's doing. Thanks again, you guys.